Okay. Yo, yo, yo. Let me see. All right. Anyways, this is my first live, so I don't know if anybody even gonna come in here, but it's the first one I'm doing. I'm on the West Coast. West Coast. I got a load. I got delivered in California on Monday, and I was gonna try to get a video for y'all tonight, but I didn't have time to edit it this week. I've been running all week, so wasn't able to put a video out this week. So like I said, I don't know how many of y'all are even gonna come in here, but I'm just doing this live, see how it work out. So it says 2 people are watching, so that's cool. But yeah, so I got 2 videos that I gotta edit. I didn't get to do them this week. Like I said, I've been pretty much running on nighttime, pretty much the night shift. So man, I've been getting up at like 12:30 at night, 1 o'clock in the morning, to get up and drive so I can make it to the customer on time. So I just been running, and then I'm on this new workout routine I'm trying to do, so I've been trying to do that too. So doing that and trying to edit the videos and all that, sometimes it could be a bit much, because at the end of the day, my job come first. Trucking, that's what comes first, so everything else is really secondary. So but yeah, so I'm just in here right now. Like I said earlier, it's my first time doing a live, so I'm just kind of playing around with it right now. I see we got 3 people in here. Cool. Yeah, so if anybody, let's see, 3 people. If any of y'all got questions or anything like that, let me know. I don't even know how to view the chats on here or anything like that. But let's see. Alright. Well, yeah, so what time is it? It is 7:34 out here on the West Coast. Let's see what I do today. Hold up. All right, Jamie said, how you been out there, big bro? I've been all right, man. I just been running for real. That's about maybe 2 weeks ago. I got a load from Charlotte all the way to Buckeye, Arizona. Delivered some steel there. That's the last video I posted with me unsecuring everything. So I've been out here for about 2 weeks, going back and forth from California to Arizona, just running back and forth. Getting up early every morning. Been getting up a couple of times, got up at like 12 at night and took off so I could get my load there in the morning. So just been running back and forth for real, but not too much. Hugo, I can't talk. Hugo music, what'd you say? These comments keep disappearing. I don't know how to work this live yet, so hold up. You like OTR, staying out? I do. I like OTR. I prefer it, honestly. The last company I was with, I was getting home every week. That wore out real quick. Like, it was cool for a minute, and then it just kind of wore out. For me, I think if I maybe would have did OTR for like 6 months when I first got my CDLs, and hold up, y'all. I'm trying to. How do I make these comments stay up, yo? I feel like I don't know what I'm doing. Hold up, let me see. Whatever, I ain't worried about it right now. Okay, but if I would have did OTR maybe about 6 months when I first got my CDLs and went local or something like that, or went somewhere where I could be home every week, I probably would be used to it. But I think I stayed out OTR too long, because I was OTR for 3 years. Then I decided to switch and then go to another company, be home every week. And I just think I got too used to this lifestyle, because honestly, it's easier, in my opinion, because going home every week is kind of like you go home, but you might get home on a Friday, but you might have to head back out Sunday morning to get your load there to where it's got to go to. The last company I was at, that's how it was set up majority of the time. Either I would get home on Friday, head back out Sunday morning, or I would get home Saturday and head back out Monday. So it wasn't like you were getting a full weekend at home. Now I don't know how they do it here at Rail. Maybe Rail, whatever region you're in, maybe they got it set up differently. I don't know. But the last company I was at, that's how it was. It was home, Friday, back out Sunday, like I said, or home Saturday, back out Monday. And majority of the time for me, it was picking up a load somewhere in Alabama, and I would need to deliver it Monday morning in Baltimore. So I was getting home Friday night, back out Sunday morning. So, if you prefer, if you got to be home every weekend, then you got to be home every weekend. But if you don't have to be, I would recommend you just go OTR and just stay out, because honestly, that's where you make more money. Really, where you make more money is those weekend loads. You get a weekend load, and then you kind of sit on that and then deliver it Monday. But I don't know, it just kind of works out better OTR. You just make more money. You get a better rhythm too out here. It's kind of hard going home every weekend, and then you get like a day at home, and then you back out, and then eventually you start feeling like, man, I'm just basically just going home for one day. For me, I like staying out, and when I go home, at least at this company, you can take up to 7 days off. That's if you stay out over 30 plus days. It's like 30 something days, and then you can stay home for 7 days. So that's what I like to do. That's what I prefer, because when I want to be home, I want to be home. I want to do certain things. I want to get certain stuff done, and I want to spend some time at home. So, but it's all about what you want. Like I said, for me, I think I started off with OTR too long. I stayed out for 3 years OTR, and it's kind of in me. It's what I'm comfortable with. It's what I like to do. So it's what you prefer, really. So, but yeah. So, but yeah, like I said, been out here for about 2 weeks. West Coast, running back and forth, Cali, Arizona. I prefer driving out here too. I've been traveling down 10, and just back and forth, and then sometimes I'll take 10, go up to 5. I deliver one load between Sacramento, someplace not too far from Sacramento. So I just prefer driving out here. Let me see. Hold up, y'all. On home, okay. On home time, can you take the truck home, or do you have to take it to the drop yard? You can take your truck home as long as you got somewhere you can safely park it. They don't want you at this company. They don't want you parking it on the side of the side of the road. You basically gotta find a safe place to park it. So a truck stop, drop yard. I actually used to park my truck on a side street where these apartments were at, but I got kicked out that spot. A lot of us truckers did, but it's crazy because I was parking my truck there for about a year, and then one day, it was crazy. One day I came home and I came down that street where I parked it, and I should have known something was up, because when I came down there, the street was just wide open. Like it was no trucks on the street or anything. Usually I come home and trucks on both sides of the street. I ain't see not one truck. So I parked, and I didn't think nothing of it. Went home, came back the next day, had a tow sticker on my truck talking about if I don't move it, they're gonna tow it. So I had to move my truck from there. But now, lucky for me, we got a drop yard not too far from where I live, so I parked my truck there. But as long as you can find a safe place to park it, don't park it on an exit ramp or entrance ramp either. They don't want you to do that. That's what I used to do at my last company. I used to just park my truck on the entrance ramp. They didn't care what I did. So, but yeah, you can take it home with you as long as you got a safe place to park. Hold up, y'all. Y'all comments keep coming up and disappearing, so I got to keep tapping the screen to bring them back up. Mac 99, hey, just want to say hello. Trucker from Indonesia, man. What's up, man? What's going on? Thanks for joining the live stream. What's the pay for a flatbed with rail? The pay, it depends on if you're a student. If you're a student, I don't know what it is for students. I don't know. See, when I started off as a student, it was 42 cents, but I think y'all's pay increased a lot. I think it's like either 55 or 60 cents now. So don't take my word for it, but look it up on the website. They'll tell you. But it's a lot more than what I was starting off with. When I started off at 42 cents. So y'all are making more than that. So let's see. Hugo Music, that's what's up, bro. I'm home weekly. Been thinking about going OTR. Been driving for a year, 3 months. That's what's up, man. 412 HWC says need more beats, cause I know, man, it's hard to look. I be moving, man. I be out here. Y'all know how it is. Some of y'all who drive, y'all know you take your 10-hour reset and then you're up, right? And then really you're only getting about, be real, you're only getting about 7-6 hours of sleep, maybe, right? That's a good night. So, between stopping, taking a shower, eating, having some time to yourself, having this, some time to talk to your people, let's be real, you're only getting about 7-6 hours of sleep, maybe. And majority of us is getting like 5 to 6, So let's just be real about it. All right. So how many miles would you say is average a week? Man, that's a good question. So honestly, y'all, it depends with the mileage. It depends on, honestly, it depends on a lot of things. It depends on where you at, where you're located at. Depends on how good you are at your job. It depends on your fleet manager. It depends on traffic. It depends on weather. It depends on a lot of stuff. I'll say a good week, though. I'll say a solid week. A solid average week is probably anywhere between, man, that's good. I'd say 2,500 miles. I say that's, at least for flatbed. For flatbed, that's a decent week. Now, a real good week, in my opinion, is over 3,000. Anything over 3,000 is a good week for me. That's how I feel about it. But for you starting off, now see, don't get discouraged either. You know, for the drivers who are starting off, you might not get that starting off because you're still new and you're still learning. So, you know, if your miles ain't up to par like that at first, don't worry about it. You know what I'm saying? It's just, you got to learn a lot of stuff out here. It's not, you know, nothing's guaranteed out here. You know what I'm saying? It's just a lot you got to learn, a lot you got to go through. You know, I had to go through it. Every driver out here had to go through it. It's a lot you got to learn, a lot you got to do. You know, a lot you got to learn from. You're gonna make some mistakes and things like that, but you gotta learn from. Hold up, y'all comment. How do I get y'all comments to stay up here, man? I might need a new phone. Okay. Oh, let me see. But how long you plan on being over at Rail, or what about maybe leasing from them or whatever, or doing another company? You got too much experience to be there, man. My experience at Rail was terrible. Hey, man, I'm sorry that's your experience, but my experience was terrible at the other company, so that's why I came back. So my experience was horrible at the other company. I knew I was going to take a pay cut, but the resources that Rail has here, and just the I don't know, it's just they make trucking easy here. Like it's just easy. And maybe I've been here so long that I just know the system and know how it works, and I'm just comfortable with it, and you know, I know how to work it. But last company I was with, that was just yeah, that was a horrible situation. But you know, everybody, some people come here, they like it. Some people come here, you know, it don't work out for them, you know. In my opinion, it's one of the better companies out here. Just to throw a couple names out there, I'm not trying to promote these other companies, but, you know, I hear Prime is a good company. I hear that Melton's pretty good. I hear Maverick's pretty good. TMC, I've heard mixed reviews about them, but honestly, I put Rail in there with those type of companies because you know, and some people might not like those companies either. I don't know, I haven't been with those companies, but I've heard people say good things about those companies. So for me, Rail is one of those companies that are just, I mean, it's just a good company. I feel like it's up there with the top ones, you know, if not above the top ones, you know. That's just my opinion. I don't know if it's true or not, but I do know that I left and I came running right back. So, you know, that's what I do know. Y'all comments keep going away. Kenneth Hickson says, bro. Alright, what's up, bro? Fat Freddy, Rail is a good starter company. Just got sick of the, hold up, comment disappeared again. Dang, struggling. What they say, struggle streaming. Just got sick of the micromanagement with the camera. Yeah, I know, man. That's, honestly, I ain't gonna lie either. I was getting sick of that too. But they actually turned my face camera off, so now it's just the dash cam on. But they'll do that for the experienced drivers, and if you've been there for a while, after a while they'll turn that face cam off. And you know, I get video events every now and then. It's not too much. Like when you first start off, they're gonna be sending you video events all the time because you're new. And you know, when you're new, it's just, you know, you're at I guess a higher risk because, you know, you just don't really know what you're doing too much yet. So you know, they really just do it to kind of stay on you, just to make sure you're doing things the right way. But after a while, as long as you know, show that you can do things the right way and you're driving the right way, they start to let up off of that. So you know, you kind of gotta um, you know, just stick it through that. So, but I understand that too, because I was getting tired of that too after a while. But I think after a year and a half or 2 years, they turned my face cam off or whatever, and you know. But by then, they had got on me so much that I was just driving the right way anyways. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, but I get video events. I think everybody gets video events every now and then. They send you. They just do it just to, you know, make sure you're doing the right thing. Let's see. Y'all, I'm struggling, man. Struggle stream right here. Okay. Do you use your own GPS or the one on the e-log? I use the one on the e-log, and I use Google Maps as well. And the reason I do that is because I didn't like this co-pilot at first, but honestly, over the years, it's gotten better. So I do use that, and that's the route that they want you to follow anyways. But I'll use Google Maps too, just because it'll show, like, if there's traffic up ahead, it'll show delays, and it has more of a pinpoint, you know, accuracy as far as where you got delivered to. Now, I don't follow it, obviously, because you can, if you follow it, you might end up down, you know, you might end up going down a road with a low bridge or a road that you ain't supposed to be on. So but I just use it like for you know, another reference. But I don't use a trucking GPS or anything like that. So and not telling you not to use one, but I don't use one. Curtis, have you changed your diet since working out, and what do you usually eat every day? I'd imagine it's tough to come up with a good meal plan every day. Yeah, it is hard. I'm not gonna lie to y'all, I have changed my diet. When I left rail for the longest, actually before I left, I was eating pretty good, eating pretty healthy. I would eat, you know, salads, you know, rice. I would grill all my meats, you know, chicken, beef, all that stuff. I was eating pretty decent, you know, pretty healthy. But when I came back, I started going back to the microwave meals, and I had to cut that out. So now I'm back to, you know, grilling on the Foreman and eating rice and, you know, salads and vegetables. So I still stop at Walmart, try to every Saturday, and get groceries for the truck. So I still eat out the truck. I don't eat at the truck stops. That's just something that I don't do, you know. But yeah, I just think it's better eating out your truck. Plus, you know, when you eat out your truck, it gives you more. You can park. I mean, you can't just park anywhere, obviously, but it gives you more parking choices, you know what I'm saying? A rest area, you can park at the customer, because you ain't got to worry about going to the truck stop and find something to eat, you know what I'm saying? Okay. Does rail micromanage you for the most part? Yeah, when you start off, I'm not gonna lie, when you start off as a new driver, you're gonna get micromanaged. Now, how much you get micromanaged can be up to you, kind of. If you're not doing what you're supposed to do, the more they're probably going to micromanage you. But once they see you know what you're doing and you're being safe, you're driving the right way, you don't have too many video events, then you know they'll let up off of you. But y'all gotta understand, man, it's a serious job. Like, this is not this is not it's real. So you can kill somebody out here, okay? Let me just be real. Like you can really do some damage to somebody out here. Like it's not. I mean, I know I'm laughing and smiling, but for real, it's not a game. Like you really gotta be paying attention. I'm gonna tell y'all. Okay, when I'm driving down the highway, right? I'm not just looking forward. I'm looking in my mirrors. I'm checking. I'm knowing who's beside me. I'm knowing who's on the other side. Even if I'm in the right lane, I'm still looking in that mirror because guess what? Somebody can ride up on the side of the lane in the emergency lane just to try to pass you. They do it in Chicago all the time. They do it in Chicago all day, every day. They'll ride that emergency lane just to get around you. So you got to be watching. You got to literally be watching everything and everything going on around you. So, you know, I understand, you know, it can be frustrating, like you don't want to be micromanaged, but when you're first starting, you really need to be micromanaged because you really don't know what you're doing. It doesn't matter that you went through the training and all that stuff. Like you go through the 3-week training, you go out on the road with your trainer, and then you get your truck, and then you're in the truck by yourself. When you get the truck and you're by yourself, you know, I'm not gonna say you don't know nothing, but you really still don't understand what's going on. Like you still really don't know because you haven't done this by yourself yet. And when you do it by yourself, it's a whole different game. So, you know, you kind of need to be micromanaged, you know, until they see that you know what you're doing. You know, it's like I said, it's a serious job. You can really kill somebody, and you know, you can do prison time behind this stuff. You know, it's not a game. So I can sit up here and talk about it all day, but y'all won't really understand until you're out here. You know, people who have, you know, drivers who are out here doing this, y'all know what I'm talking about. But for y'all who are, you know, you're not out here yet, you just don't understand. But when you get out here, you'll understand. And don't let that scare you. You know what I'm saying? You get out here, you know, you can do it. I started at, you know, square one, just like everybody else. So we all went through the struggle and everything like that. So okay, y'all, all the comments coming in, man. I didn't know y'all was gonna be commenting like this. Okay, let me see. Fat Freddy said maintain 7 seconds in Atlanta. Yeah, right. Hey, no comment. Do you get home time when you do OTR? Yeah, you get home time. So the longer you stay out, the more time they give you. At Rail, it's like 30 plus days, 30 something days you stay out, you get 7 days off. So more time you stay out, more days you get off. But I think the maximum is 7 days. I like to stay out over 30 days, like 40. I stay out about 40, 45, maybe sometimes even 50 days, because I want them 7 days off. So that's what I like to do. Dang, why y'all comments keep disappearing, man? Hold up. What's your advice for someone who wants to get or who wants to do the GYCDL program at Rail? My advice is go in there, listen to your trainer, do what they tell you to do. Go in there with the mindset that you're going to pass. Don't go in there, you know. Let me okay. I've made videos like this in the past, but I don't know if I've explained everything. When I was in the program, okay, there were people who were taking it serious, and then there were people who weren't. Okay, I was one of the people that was taking it serious. All right, so when test time came around, I passed. All right, the people that didn't take it serious, well, they didn't pass. So you can pass. I'm telling you, y'all, you can know nothing about trucking and come in here and pass as long as you pay attention and take it seriously. The people that don't pass are the people that don't take it seriously. Let me tell y'all what I used to do. That pre-trip, okay, that pre-trip is about 6 pages long, okay, and you're gonna have to know everything on there. You're gonna have to point out every single thing, and you're gonna have to say, you know, this is such and such, and it's properly mounted, and it's not damaged, and it's not leaking. And you're gonna have to go through every single part of the truck, and you know, you might get the partial pre-trip, or you might get the full one. I had to do the full joint, so front to back. All right, front to back. I had to do from the engine to the tires, to the drive tires, to the airlines, to the trailer, to the reflection tape on the side of the trailer, to the trailer lights, to the airlines up underneath the trailer brakes, the brake chambers. I had to do everything, right? The brake drums, and you got to point, and you got to name everything, and you got to say if it's properly mounted, not damaged and not leaking, and some other stuff I forget. Well, there's a whole bunch of stuff you got to say. All right. So my advice to y'all is take that pre-trip and go over that pre-trip every day. All right. Go over that joint however many times you can a day, 10, 15, 20 times a day. Just keep going over that pre-trip, because that's part of the test. That's what you're gonna have to know to be able to pass. There was one person. All right, this is my first week there, because y'all know they do them in groups. I don't know how y'all do them now, but our program was 4-week program. Y'all's is 3. But anyways, when I got there, there was someone in that, it was their last week. They were about to test out, and, the instructors was bragging on this person, like, hey, they're going to get one of the highest scores ever in the program history and all this stuff and all that, right? Well, it came test day, and, he had to take the test, and he couldn't get through that pre-trip. So, all that he could do, all that good driving and stuff he could do was, all that good backing he could do. He could back the truck with his eyes closed, you know what I'm saying? I mean, he was good, but none of that mattered, because he couldn't do that pre-trip. So make sure y'all rep that pre-trip. Make sure y'all listen to y'all trainers, like I said. Make sure you're paying attention. Make sure when you're backing, you're watching, you're taking it seriously. And if you need extra help, just ask your instructor. Tell them you need extra help. They'll take time, and try to help you. You know what I'm saying? Trying to give you some extra help. So just make sure you're paying attention, take it seriously, and know what you're there for. And tell yourself you're gonna pass too. You gotta tell yourself you're gonna pass. You gotta tell yourself that you're gonna get these get your CDLs, and you're gonna get out here on this road with us. All right. So let's see. What's your okay? When I was there, okay. Is it rewarding? Is it a rewarding career? Trucking is a rewarding career if I'll say this. I say yes, it is. If you don't know what you want to do with your life, I would encourage everybody to get their CDLs, because it really is life-changing. You really get to get out here and you get to see how the world operates. Every driver out here who's at least been doing it for a year, I say, we know who really making the country run. Like, and it's not just us, right? It's not just us as drivers. It's the people in the small towns that you don't think about, it's the people in the lumber yards, the people in the brick yards, at the steel mills, the construction workers, right? The people that's working in the factories, the farmers, when you really get a sense of like who's really running this. Like, a lot of places I pick up from and deliver to, you really get to understand like the everyday products that we use and the things that we need to survive are literally coming from these places. So it just kind of opens your mind up to you really get to see how the world operates. You really get to understand you just get a different perspective on life. I can't really explain it. It's just you don't see things the same way everybody sees them anymore. And to me, that's honestly probably one of the most rewarding parts. And it just changes your mindset. Your mind just opens up to a whole bunch of things, and like I said, you just see things differently. And the pay is good too. So, for those of y'all who are, coming from, minimum wage jobs and factory jobs, like this is gonna be it's gonna be a big step up from what you're used to. I mean, I'll put it this way: the last job I had before I became a truck driver, I thought I was making pretty good money. Okay, my biggest check that I got at my last job, okay, all I'm gonna say is, now this is the biggest check I got at the last job. I mean, this is with a bonus on it and everything. That check, I consistently make more money than that check in 1 week here. And that was that check I'm talking about was a 2-week check. And I make that in 1 week here consistently. And if I don't, it ain't far off that check. So, that's all I'm gonna say about that. So like I said, if to answer your question, is it rewarding? Yes, it is. All right. Long story short, but I told a long story anyway, so I don't care. All right. So I'm from Chicago. I believe it. The four-wheelers would do 70 and a 45. Hey, man, Chicago out of control, man. Chicago. Hey, Chicago. I'm trying to think. Where's the craziest place to drive? Now, New York City is New York City. That's a whole nother world. Like, don't believe that people be like, oh, if you can drive in Chicago, you can drive in New York City. No, it is completely 100% different. Don't believe them when they tell you, oh, if you can go through Chicago, you can go through New York City. Nope, don't believe it. Don't believe it. New York City is New York City is in a league of its own. Okay, if a driver ain't drove through New York City, I don't want to hear from them. I don't care how long they've been driving. I don't care what they drive. If they ain't drove through New York City, and I ain't talking about you ain't got to go all over, you ain't got to go over to Brooklyn. I don't care about that. If you ain't drove through Manhattan, I don't want to hear nothing you got to say. Cause now I'm just playing. Cause some drivers gonna take that seriously. But I'm just talking. But New York City, man, that's a whole different. But yeah, Chicago, man, Chicago. Probably because you know what, I drive through Chicago and have driven through Chicago so much, it's probably not that bad to me anymore. But probably when I first started, yeah, it was probably crazy. But I kind of know. I'm not gonna say I know every part of Chicago, but the places we pick up from, I'm used to driving down those roads and stuff, so it's not a big deal anymore. But yeah, on 94, just driving on 94, if it's traffic, man, you gotta be watching out for cars, because they'll be coming down the entrance ramp and they'll be running out of road, and next thing you know, a car will just fly past you on the emergency lane. Like, so you just gotta be watching out, paying attention. Okay, Hugo Music. I also make beats too, bro. Dang, hold up, y'all. My bad, y'all. I think I did something. Okay, we back. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm trying to figure this stuff out still. I think I gotta keep my finger on the screen to keep y'all comments up. Okay. Hugo Music. I also make beats too, bro. I kind of fell back from it. Started driving trucks and really fell back since I don't have time like I used to, being gone from. I know, man. I barely have time too, man. For real. I just make it when I can. And then there was one point years ago where I was trying to take it seriously, but I just enjoy doing it as a hobby now, man. I'm not trying to be serious about it or trying to like making in the music industry or knows, I just don't care. I just rather do it as a hobby now. I have more fun that way too, and you can be more creative that way too when you just do it as a hobby. So that's what I'm doing with it now. Okay, I start GYCDL Monday. Okay, that's what's up. What hold up, who is that said that? I'm gonna get it right, y'all. I gotta hold my finger on the screen to keep y'all comments up when I read. Okay, who is that? M.ABD says I start GYCDL on Monday. Where you starting at? Where you going? What location they got you going to? Kenneth Hickson says I've been working on it too, bro. Okay, nice. Hurst Point is fun. Or Hunts Point, I'm sorry. Hunts Point is fun. Where's Hunts Point at? That sounds familiar though. Right now I drive the step van for Amazon. I've been studying for my CDL. Okay. What's the step van? What's that? Is that like is that a box truck or what's that? Or it's just one of the, what do you call them? Is it the Sprinter joint? I don't know. Okay, M.ABD, Neenah, Wisconsin. Neenah, Wisconsin, that's my favorite terminal, for real. It's my favorite terminal because, number one, in my opinion, I ain't trying to diss none of the maintenance staffs that are, at the other terminals. So, don't take it like that. But Neenah, to me, has the best maintenance staff, and I just like it because it's like a smaller version of Gary, and it's really not a lot of trucks that go there, but it's a nice terminal. Like it's just as nice as Gary. Like really it's the same. If you think about it, it's a replica of the Gary terminal. It's just smaller, but it's real nice. And like I said, they got the best maintenance staff. Man, look, I had a flat tire. I had a flat steer tire. I knew it was flat, right? I was driving on this steer tire. I done drove on this steer tire from doggone up there in Lance, Michigan, all the way down to Texas, Houston, Texas. I done been around the country with this doggone tire. I'm stopping at shops and stuff. They're trying to figure out what's wrong with the tire because it had a small leak in it. And I was telling them, like, look, this tire's got a small leak in it. When I would fill it up every night, I would check it, and then I'd fill it up to around 110, 105, right? I go to sleep and I get up, and then it's like down to like 90, 85 psi. So I'm like, man, I know it's a leak in this tire. So the first night, the first couple nights, really, I just thought I was tripping. I was like, okay, maybe it's just the weather. I'm even calling the maintenance. They're like, oh, it's just the weather. Sometimes it's just like that. I'm like, okay. So it just kept happening, and so I'm like, no, I need to get this tire checked out, right? I stopped at where they sent me to? They sent me to like a Flying J. What was I in Kentucky somewhere? I forget. But I stopped at a couple places. I stopped at a couple shops, right? And then I finally get the Neenah, right? Take it in to the guy and take it to one of the maintenance guys, and like 15 minutes later, he calls me up. He's like, hey, yeah, I found the problem. I go down there and check it out. It's like a small, real small hole, like you could stick a needle through it, right? And he had it like marked off and squared. He's like, yeah, this where the leak is coming from. So put some new steer tires on there for me. Problem solved. So now that's just one situation there, but they just do a good job. Like, you took your time, you took the tire off, you inspected it, you found the problem, got the problem fixed, right? So I just rock with the Neenah terminal. To me, they just got a good maintenance staff there. So shout out to them. And no disrespect to all the other maintenance staffs here at Rail. No disrespect to y'all, but I just had to give them a shout out. All right. Man, these comments, I need to figure out how to keep these comments up. All right, Will says, what's good, bro? What's up, man? Currently in Conley. Oh, what's up, man? Yeah, in Conley. I'm all the way on the other side of the country, man. Yeah, Conley's a cool terminal. I ain't got nothing bad to say about Conley. Conley, that's where when I came back to rail, that's where I had to do my orientation in Conley. So Conley's a cool terminal. All right, you like flatbed? I pull containers. I'm thinking about going flatbed. Yeah, I like flatbed. I actually made a video about this a while back. My old fleet manager, she quit. Now I don't know if she did this on purpose, but I didn't even know she was quitting. It's just one Friday, she sends me a load. I thought the trailer number looked funny, you know, because pretty much all the flatbed trailers here start with like a 4, and all the other, you know, like dry van trailers, they start with like an 8 something, I think. And you know, some of the curtain side trailers, they start with an 8 something too, I think. But anyways, I thought the number was looking weird, and I was thinking like, what kind of number? So it was a relay load I had to pick up in Gary. So I went to go pick up the relay load. So I called her. I said, hey, this is a drive-in load. And she kind of had an attitude. She was like, what? She's like, you need to call them Monday morning or whatever and tell them they need to get you a flatbed load. I was just like, oh, okay, I ain't think nothing of it, right? So I ain't think nothing of it. And Monday come around and I'm calling in and it's always somebody different answering the phone. I'm thinking like, yeah, where my fleet manager at, right? So like a couple days later, you know, I'm telling them like, hey, you know, I need to get a flatbed load or whatever. And they ended up telling me that my fleet manager, she had quit. This was my first one. This wasn't my like first one. This was my second one after, you gotta go through that phase. Some of y'all know what I'm talking about. You gotta go through like a phase here at Real. It's like different stages you gotta go through. And then once you make it through your final stage, then you get like another fleet manager that becomes your permanent one or whatever. So this is my first permanent fleet manager. But yeah, dog, she ended up just quitting. I had no idea. And so I ended up just getting stuck on drive-in for about 2 weeks. And I didn't like it. I didn't like drive-in. It was easy. It was easy pulling up and backing up to the dock and getting loaded and like, 15 minutes and then just pulling out and shutting the doors and getting down the road. Like that was easy. But I was used to getting up out the truck and doing stuff, and it just felt like I was just stuck in that truck, and I just didn't like that feeling of being stuck in the truck all the time. Because if you think about it, drive-in, you back up to the dock, you get loaded, you pull up, close the doors, and you take off. Now, I'm not saying that's all they do. Sometimes you gotta slide the tandems. They might have some other stuff they gotta do. They might have to sweep out the trailer and stuff like that. So you're doing other stuff, And then I'm probably not, telling everything that they do. I'm sure a drive-in driver can tell you what they do better than I can. So, but for me, I just didn't like it. I like getting out and, just to be real with you, I like getting out and securing loads and throwing the straps, even if it's chains, and I don't mind tarping. Like, I'm not gonna say I love it, but on a nice day, especially if it's like a lumber load, you got a tarp or something that's like evenly squared off and stuff like that. Once you get your technique down and you know what you're doing, it's really nothing. But and then sometimes you go to these places, they'll have tarp machines. You hook them up and it'll lift the tarp up and it'll slide on there for you. Some places they'll tarp it for you. Sometimes you might pick up a preload and it's already tarped. So but yeah, it's just, for me, I like flatbed. I think I just, it's what I've been doing for, let's see, it's May. Dang, y'all, hold up. I got my CDLs on May, or no, I didn't get my CDLs, but I started my training on May 19th, 2019. So we coming up on 4 years, y'all. It's 4 years really June to be 4 years since I've been since I had my CDLs. So, but we coming up on 4 years that I've been driving. So I've been doing flatbed for 4 years. So it's just kind of in me, you know. But all right, let me see. Sorry if I've been missing y'all comments, man. It's the first live. I don't really know what I'm doing. I'm just kind of rambling on and talking. All right, so man, where the comments at? There you go. Yes, all right. Parking can be a pain over the weekend. Yeah, it can be. Dog, parking anywhere around New York, New Jersey is just like, I think I talked about it on a video I posted recently, where those are really the only two states where I will pay for parking, because it's just, man, it's really sad. Those states really don't care. I mean, there's a lot of places, in my opinion, in a lot of states that just really don't care about truck drivers. But man, them states like New York, New Jersey, you know, Connecticut, all them states on the East Coast, man, really, you know, like Maryland, like them states, man, they really don't care about truck. Like, they just don't care about truck drivers. There's no way New York City should have so much truck parking that no driver should have a problem parking there. Like, anywhere out, like, the fact that you pull, and some of y'all know what I'm talking about, that Service Plaza right off of 95, it's like right when you come across the GW, and I think it's in New Jersey, actually, correct me if I'm wrong, because New York, New Jersey, it's all the same to me. But when you come across the GW and it's on 95, that first Service Plaza that's right there, it's got a lot of spots, but come on, it ain't got enough for all the truck drivers to park there. Like, come on, like, I had to park, and I ain't supposed to, so y'all don't tell Rail I did this, all right? But I had to park on the side, kind of like on the entrance ramp part, when you're leaving that Service Plaza and you're coming around that corner, and there's like that bus station right there. I had to park right up there on that side where that bus station is at. But I had to park there because I was out of time, and I got to park. It's not enough parking. Like, it's just, they need, that parking lot needs to be about 20 times that size. And I think they got like maybe at least a little over 100 parking spots at that Service Plaza. I'm not sure. But they need to be like 20 times bigger than that, man. Like, they just don't care. And then there's no parking signs everywhere too. Like, they only give you that little bit of parking, and then they put up no parking signs everywhere. And then they got the nerve at there's a couple down the road too, there on 95 too, where it's like, oh, you can only do a 2-hour break here. Like, man, come on now. You know, but it is what it is. Alright, oh, damn, detour we gotta take. Oh no. Dang, man, comments keep disappearing. Hunts Point Meat Market, Bronx. Insanely busy. I ain't never been to the Bronx. I went to Manhattan one time, that was it. I went to Manhattan one time, dog, that was it. I rode through the Bronx though on 95, but I ain't never had to get off. Yeah, I ain't had to get off. I don't know why they call it Stat Van. Shake my head. You right. It's a box truck. Oh, okay. Got to get to bed. Been a long day for me, but just want to say, stay safe out there and keep the great videos coming. All right, appreciate you. Yeah, I'm about to go to bed too, for real, honestly. But yeah, appreciate you, Curtis, man. Appreciate you. I've been watching stuff on YouTube about pre-trip inspection. It's a lot to know, for real. Yeah, it is a lot to know. Like I said, the one here at Real, I don't know if they added to it or took away from it or what, but it was at least about 5 or 6 pages. Like, and you got to know everything. So just memorize it. But yeah, y'all, honestly, I'm about to get off of here. I just wanted to go live tonight. I didn't have a video for y'all. Like I said, I just been busy. just running. I've been getting up at like 12:30 at night, 1 o'clock in the morning, taking off, trying to get loads there and stuff, and then trying to work out and stay in shape and all that stuff too. And y'all know how I go with the, you know, we only get a 10-hour reset, so you can only do so much. But yeah, hey, I appreciate everybody for watching. Y'all know how I always do it. Thanks to all the subscribers. Thanks to all the people that like my videos. Thanks to all the people that leave comments. I might go live more often. I kind of enjoyed it a little bit. I ain't gonna lie. I didn't even think anybody would even come up in here. So the fact that y'all even up in here, I appreciate that. But yeah, I'm gonna when I stop tomorrow, I'm gonna go ahead and knock out. I got a video I gotta edit, so I'll probably edit that, and then hopefully it'll be up Sunday morning. And I got 2 videos, so I'll probably upload one Sunday morning, and then another one sometime throughout the week. So, but yeah, y'all, I appreciate y'all. And I'm about to go to bed, so I'll catch y'all later. All right, peace.